Hey everyone, Tim Schofield here. In my hands, I've got a box. I'm pretty sure I know what's in it. The OnePlus 5T, the new flagship from OnePlus. I want to go ahead and open it up, show you real quick what comes in the box, also give some of my first impressions, and then compare the design with the OnePlus 5 so you can kind of see the difference. So let's go ahead and open this guy up and get started. Here's the box that OnePlus sent over. I also have my iPhone 10 there because there is an updated face unlock on the OnePlus 5T that I really want to show off and give a quick testing and maybe quick comparison of the iPhone 10's face unlock. But there we go. Let's open this up. Right away, OnePlus 5T reviewer's guide. I'm going to set that over to the side. And it looks like we got some extra goodies. You'll see Never Settle up at the top. Here we go, and a bunch of cases, which I will show off. I'll actually open all of these up, and you'll see a ton of cases for the OnePlus 5T. Set those over, and then right here is why you guys are probably here to watch this video. This is the OnePlus 5T. A little difficult to grab. Before we get to the phone, here is a close look at all of those cases. The one on the left and the one on the right are a little bit different than the three in the middle in terms of, you see that top cutout on the far left, just a little bit less of protection towards the top and bottom. And on the right, this is actually a silicone case, so it has a little bit more flexibility to it. But on the inside, there is a felt feel to it. I actually really like the feel of the silicone case. And then these are just a little bit not as pliable, a little bit harder. At least these three in the middle here, and then this one is pretty much their signature sandstone, I do believe. It just has a little bit less protection, more of just kind of an outer casing to it. And these three you'll see kind of cover up the buttons, so they do protect it just a little bit more. So just figured I'd show off all of these different cases for the OnePlus 5T. Now let's unbox the OnePlus 5T. Really curious to hear what you have to think about this device, so drop a comment. Let me know what you think. This is the Midnight Black 128 gigabyte variant. Let's go ahead and take off the shrink wrap that is on the outside, set it to the side, and there we go. Let's slide this on open, and there is the phone right away, OnePlus 5T. And I know I'm going to tease you guys, but I'm going to set this to the side for just a second, and we're going to continue the unboxing, and I really quickly want to show you what else is in this box. So opening it on up, looks like it does come with a case, which is really nice of OnePlus. I always like it when manufacturers include extra goodies. So here's that that case, definitely very flexible. It is clear. I can actually throw this on the phone real quick in just a second to show it off. SIM ejection tool and quick start guide. And poke this out, and you also have some safety information, pretty standard. And then you do have your dash charging out of the box, which is extremely quick charging. And this is the brick, a little bit larger than usual, but it's definitely worth it because of how fast dash charging is on the OnePlus 5 at least. And then of course, it going to be on the OnePlus 5T. Here's USB Type A to USB Type C charging cable. Their signature white and red look just overall, which I kind of like. Didn't show this off, but they also include stickers, Never Settle, Shot on OnePlus, which I will be taking pictures and posting on my Instagram, so go follow me. It's linked down below. And then a OnePlus sticker. But let's go ahead and throw on this case very quickly and show it off. Yeah, I need to take off the sticker. I'll do that in just a second. But just wanted to show the cutouts. Fingerprint scanners now on the back instead of the front. Here's the side. You see that alert slider is still open. It does cover the power and volume buttons on the side. Looks like the cutouts down at the bottom are just fine. Of course, still got that little wrapper there, but looks good. So really nice they included a case, but also worth noting, it looks like there's a bit of a protector, screen protector on the front, which I will also peel off for you guys. Let's go ahead and power the phone on. So pressing and holding the power button, there we go, powered by Android down at the bottom. And let's take off these stickers. So you see dual SIM tray, peel that guy off. Does have an extra sticker on the back. I'll take that off in a second. But with the screen protector, I'm gonna go ahead and peel that off for now. Of course you can leave it on if you'd like to, but for the sake of this video, boom, there we go. I know you guys like watching that, but we're already on the welcome screen, and definitely noticeable, at least in comparison to the 5, the less minimal bezels, because of course they move that fingerprint scanner from the bottom there to the back. Now next I want to skip through the startup screen and really only talk about anything out of the ordinary, and this right away is out of the ordinary. So font. You can have OnePlus Slate, which says recommended. So this is their actually custom font. I want to go ahead and take a close look. I'm going to switch back to Roboto. Takes just a second. So that is the Roboto font. Or you can actually switch to the OnePlus Slate, which I'm going to do so for the sake of this video. As I mentioned, let's try Face Unlock. All you need to do is wake your phone, look at it, and you're able to use it. Add face data. Noticing the screen's pretty dim on this startup, but I'll be able to change it once I get through the setup process. But wrist tip, Face Unlock's less secure than fingerprint and password, and now it says to have your face in a bright environment and face your phone. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and stand to the side here, make sure that my phone is in frame, and I want to go ahead and make sure I have my face in the circle. So hold your phone 20 to 30 centimeters from your face, align your face into the circle. It says face not detected. I'm just looking at it now, and look at how quick that's rolling through. This is not ideal either. I have a ton of light around me. Okay, so I did have to readjust and get a little bit closer to the phone. That was my fault. I mean, normally in a normal scenario, you wouldn't have a camera in your way. Face Unlock setup done, but I want to add a fingerprint as well. So let's go ahead and find the sensor, and which of course is on the back of that OnePlus 5T. Hit next, and let's go ahead and set it down and lift it up. There we go. It's filling in our fingerprint, edge input, fingerprint added. I could add another if I'd like to. I'm not going to for time's sake. And let's go ahead and skip through. You can join your user experience program if you'd like to, and then add another email account or control lock screen notifications. But I'm all set. So let's add some finishing touches. And there we go. We are now on that home screen right away. Now, first of all, I want to show off the bezel difference between this, the OnePlus 5, this is the OnePlus 5T. So you'll see a bit of a big difference in terms of that bezel. Let's go ahead and turn up this brightness. You'll see it was very low before. I'm going to actually set it up to about the middle, and this one should be about around there too. So there we go, much better. So definitely a more sleek looking phone. This would be the soft gold variant, but let's grab the other midnight black variant of the OnePlus 5. So here's all three of them side by side. The camera, you'll see, has a bit of a round ramp up to it as opposed to it just kind of being a metal cutoff. I'm guessing that would be to kind of protect the lens a little bit more. But you'll see a very similar design. However, that fingerprint scanner has been moved to the back. With the 5T in the middle, here's a look at the bottom. Again, very, very similar look to them. Looking along the side, power button, SIM tray up at the top, nothing. And then on the back, you've got that alert slider, your volume rockers, and then notice that alert slider has a bit of a texture to it. It looks a little slimmer as well, if I'm not mistaken. And just the volume rockers. So that's really about it in terms of the sides and bottom. And at the bottom, it used to have a fingerprint scanner home button and capacitive back and recent apps buttons. Now they are just on-screen buttons for spatial reasons, and then a look at the top. So definitely a more sleek look to the 5T. Next up, let's test out that face unlock. So I'm just going to press the power button, and oh wow. So that unlocked my phone. I was actually just looking at it, and check that out. It doesn't even go to the lock screen. I'm not going to look at it. I'm looking at the camera screen now. So I'm not looking at it. I'm going to look over. Oh my gosh, that was really quick. That was a lot quicker than I expected it to be. So now I'm not going to look at it. I'm just going to test out that fingerprint scanner for you guys because apparently looking at it will unlock it. Now with the camera in the way, let's go ahead and see if it will unlock it. Looks like no, the camera's in the way, so that's not going to be a thing. But if I go to the side, you'll see it unlocks it right away. So that's very promising. Again, let's go ahead and actually test it out with our iPhone 10. And here we go. I'm going to press the power button at the same time on both. Watch that padlock. So it looks like the OnePlus 5T unlocked right away, whereas it takes a bit of a second for, oh, come on iPhone, there we go. It unlocked. Looks like up at the top, it does have an update ready to go. I'll install that after this video. But as you all know, I want to jump into settings and go down to storage, and right out of the box without installing anything, I want to go ahead and see, you'll see 762 meg is used out of that 111 gig available, which is pretty crazy. That's Not even a gig used. You rarely see that on any phone. So that goes to show because of the lack of any bloatware that they include. Very similar to stock Android with some added tweaks that I really like. I'm actually a big fan of Oxygen OS, which is the skin they use. However, it is very similar to stock Android with just added tweaks that I really like. So right now it is on Android 7.1.1. I don't believe this update is to Oreo. I'm guessing that will come in the future. And it looks like no, it just optimizations. It's not actually the update for Oreo. On the back is a new camera system. They actually got rid of the telephoto lens, so it doesn't have that 2x optical zoom. They added another secondary 20 megapixel lens to actually just help with that original one, help with depth perception, and just make it an overall better quality camera. So let's go ahead and load it on up, and you'll see swipe for portrait or swipe for video. So portrait mode has that depth effect to it to an item you place in front of you. And if you snap a picture, it should blur out. You see it's attempting to blur out the back. My finger is in clarity and actually did a pretty good job at finding that and blurring out everything. But that would be the depth effect, and it'll light up if you're actually using it. Swipe over back to camera, or swipe over and go to video. And there we go. Let's snap a couple pictures though. So seems very quick. Seems to be working pretty well. A lot more to come in my full review, so be sure to click that subscribe button. You can switch to the front-facing camera at the bottom right there. Let's go ahead and jump back into settings real quick because I want to talk about some of the features. Of course, you have your alert slider, which you can quickly change from silent, do not disturb, and ring. And then down at the bottom, you can customize these buttons. So if you want to swap where the back and recent apps buttons are, and don't get mad at me, but I actually prefer the back button to be in the bottom right. You can also add a button to hide or show the navigation bar. So you'll see that button there that if you swipe up now, it'll show back up. So you can kind of customize that depending on what app you're specifically using, excuse me. They have options to customize long press and double tap actions on these buttons down at the bottom. Another really just nice, simple customization options. They have gestures, swipe fingerprint for notifications, which I'm of course going to turn on. So then of course without even touching the screen, I can swipe down. It doesn't look like I can actually swipe back up on those notifications, which is a little interesting. I kind of wish I could swipe back up. So you see if I swipe down, it brings down those notifications, but swiping up doesn't actually bring it back up. Double tap to wake, great addition. You can also go ahead and use specific controls. So double tap to wake, I'm going to move to the side here. Finds my face and unlocks it, so that's really cool that how well that works. Status bar, you can have a battery bar, you can show the battery percentage if you'd like to, a couple other options. Finally, I want to jump into display because here's some other options, night mode and a reading mode. However, there's a theme, and you can go to light theme or dark theme, which is a great addition. Because of this display, you want to go ahead and there we go. So it takes a lot of strain out of all of that white that's throughout Android and just really darkens just about everything for you. You can change that accent color too. If you want to go ahead and use a different accent color, it'll change that theme, and now you'll see all these icons are that different color. You see down at the bottom, there's a pulse notification light for that LED, for those LED notifications. And finally, display size. I want to bump that all the way down to small just to utilize. Look at how much more is actually fit into that screen. And you can really, really use that full screen on that OnePlus 5T. So that's just about it. That's everything I wanted to talk about in my unboxing. Bit of a longer unboxing, but I know you guys really wanted to see a lot with this phone. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Be sure to click that subscribe button. You can follow me on other various social media. All links down in the description below. And as always, guys, thank you very much for watching.